Hi, I'm Dr. Mary Lauder, and I'm going to speak to you today about anxiety. If you've been following me on TikTok and other social media platforms, people are saying, okay, Doc, how are we going to treat our anxiety? You're telling me about it, but what are we going to do about it? Great question. So if I could give you something that would be reasonable within 3 to 5 minutes to take your anxiety from, say, a 9 to a 1, would you join in? I think that'd be great. Well, what if you had a state of anxiety where you just can't stop things? And I could give you that same technique to take you from an 8 down to a 0. Would you want to do that? I think so. And would you want to learn that and something that you can take with you because you have all the tools because the body's self-healing. And we take the idea that anxiety is a messenger. It's not just a diagnosis. It's a messenger. What do we need to know to stay safe? What are we looking for to stay safe? And so, and then when we have that anxiety, what emotion is that connected to in our body and where is that? Why? Because, well, the body keeps the score. We know that. Lots of data about that. And we know where the vagus nerve is here. We know the vagus nerve goes everywhere, up and down. And what happens in vagus doesn't stay in vagus. It goes to our midbrain. And when that goes to a midbrain, it doesn't allow the flow from the frontal brain, which is our executive thinking, like our reasoning, seems like a good idea, can't come online. So it gets gumbled, jumbled, bumbled right here in the midbrain. When we speak the language of our self-compassion and connection, what that's going to do is going to take the midbrain and it's going to allow that to process. It's going to take those emotions that we feel from the different sympathetic and nervous systems in the body up the vagus to here to process. So then when that occurs, the frontal cortex can come back online and we can be reasonable, right? Okay, so here we go. Self-compassion and connection. All traumatic events, all anxiety causes us to disconnect. So we need to reconnect because that's the safest place to be. From there, we can go anywhere. We're going to use chakras. We know chakras exist. We can measure them. We know we can measure electrical activity because we can do EEGs for the brain, EKGs for the heart. Got it. Check, check, check. We can measure pulse waves. If we put a probe in our artery, can get a pulse wave. Check, check, check. Okay, that's dynamics, but we got electrical activity. Got it. So we're going to go with stuff that we know is established. And we're going to say a statement. And the statement could be anything from, I don't know why I'm anxious, to I'm anxious because this is happening. I'm anxious because I need to do this and I can't. I'm anxious, I'm afraid of this. Now notice those are kind of complex, but that's okay. The brain can handle this. So I'm going to pick one that I'm feeling today, and that is I feel anxious about all of my deadlines that I've got to do. I've got lots of things that are due. And I'm going to see, sitting here just quietly, where I feel that. I feel that in my chest area, a little bit in my gut, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to touch my heart area and my gut area right at the solar plexus. I'm thinking, what number do I have for that out of 10? 10 being off the chart. Oh my God. 1 being, yeah. It's about a 6.5. Okay, so here we go with self-compassion and connection. Even though I'm feeling anxious about all of my deadlines, I deeply and completely love, trust, and accept myself. I choose to connect and reconnect with myself. Even though I'm feeling anxious about all my deadlines, and I feel it in my heart and in my gut, I deeply and completely love, trust, and accept myself. I choose to connect and reconnect with myself. Even though I have lots of deadlines and I'm anxious about them, I feel it in my heart and in my gut. I deeply and completely love, trust, and accept myself. I choose to connect and reconnect with myself. Then I reassess that feeling. Is that a 6.5? No, it's down to a 2.5. What does my chest feel like? That feels really good. That feels open. It's my gut a little bit, right at my solar plexus. So I'm going to put 2 hands on my solar plexus. I got a 2.5. I'd like to get that to a 0. Okay. Even though I feel anxious about all of my deadlines and my gut's churning, I deeply and completely love, trust, and accept myself. I choose to connect and reconnect with myself. Even though I have lots of deadlines and my gut is churning, I deeply and completely love, trust, and accept myself. I choose to connect and reconnect with myself. Even though I have lots of deadlines and my gut is churning, I deeply and completely love, trust, and accept myself. I choose to connect and reconnect with myself. Okay, checking back in. Heart way open. 2.5 at the gut. 0. And if you notice that second round, I also had a little bit of a yawn, which is really an energetic release. So that's really awesome. That's self-compassion and connection. And it's as simple as identifying that you feel anxious about whatever, whoever, what if ever. You give it a number 1 to 10, 10 being bad, 1 being meh. Identify where you feel that in your body. And then touch by that area, and then touch your heart area. Close that circuit. Repeat the statement, even though, ... I feel, I deeply and completely love, trust, and accept myself. I choose to connect and reconnect with myself. And then do the breathing. First round, you breathe once in for 3 seconds, out for 6. Second round, you do that twice. In for 3, out for 6. The third time you do that, in for 3, out for 6, 3 times, and then reassess. Self-compassion and connection. You got this.